The end of Clayton Kershaw's career continues to not look that promising. Not that it's over, because it's not. Kershaw right now seems to be like any sort of weapon the Empire builds in Star Wars. You know, at any moment there's a good chance it will blow the hell up. And part of that is because nobody is expecting Clayton Kershaw to be the Clayton Kershaw we all came to love. He's in the later half of his 30s now. He's been more injury prone the last few years. I mean, at this point, all you can hope out of the guy is to be good enough. And so far, he has been good enough. But maybe the Dodgers should just think about not having Kershaw face the Diamondbacks. Any other team, go for it. But Arizona? It doesn't matter if they're in Arizona or back home where Kershaw has practically pitched his whole damn life at Dodger Stadium. The Snakes are dangerously beating him down. Now, I'm kidding about the whole avoid the D-backs thing. Kershaw is a competitor, and he should absolutely try to redeem himself in any circumstance that he can. But this dates back to last October when the D-backs not only ended Kershaw's season, but what we thought at the time might be his entire career. It's game 1 of the NLDS between the 100-win Dodgers and 84-win Diamondbacks. Clayton Kershaw is on the mound. Pretty clear how this is going to go, right? Not that the Dodgers were expected to steamroll to the World Series. They always kind of struggle in October, but they were at least going to take care of Arizona, no? The team that they won 8 out of the 13 games played against them, and the team they've dominated, especially at home, for the longest time? Well, not exactly. Instead of what was expected, this turned into a bloodbath. I mean, Kershaw just straight up played the role of Apollo Creed while the D-backs played Ivan Drago. Ridiculous stuff. They just came out swinging, and within 4 pitches, it was 1-0. He then has Tommy Pham in an 0-2 hole, camping him away, base hit. He then has Christian Walker on 2 strikes, camping him away, a smoked baseball off the wall, 2-0. Next up, Gabriel Moreno, and yet again, he gets another hitter on 2 strikes, immediately in front of Moreno, 0-2, low ball, won't bite. Another low ball, won't bite. Gets him swinging, but he fouls the high pitch off. Another low ball, won't bite. Next pitch, just cannot put him away. Home run. 5-0. Next hitter, Jake McCarthy, another 2-strike count, he walks him. Evan Longoria wastes 0 time, smacking another hard hit baseball by the Snakes. 6-0, and that does it for Kershaw in this game. For his season, in what would end up being a clean sweep by the D-backs to eliminate the Dodgers, and the next month, Kershaw would get surgery on his left shoulder. And after some speculation about his career possibly being over, he'd sign back with the Dodgers for another short-term contract, with a timeline for later in the 2024 season to return. And sure enough, he's returned, and he's about what you would expect. He doesn't suck, but he's also not vintage Kershaw with all the strikeouts or whatever, but okay, whatever, as long as he's good enough. Well, the Dodgers have strolled into Arizona to face a D-backs team that I wouldn't say is on their heels for the division. They're not, but it's definitely a division in reach as much as the Dodgers are the favorite with just a month left of the season. They go into the first game of this 4-game set up 4 on Arizona, so things can change in a lot of ways by the end of this series. The Dodgers can blow it open and stretch their lead out more on the D-backs. The D-backs can make things a lot closer, or the two can split the 4 games and nothing changes. So it's a big series full of opportunities all around, and taking the ball for game 1, Clayton Kershaw facing the Snakes for the first time since that death wish of a game last October. Dodgers immediately jump ahead 2-0, but just like they did last time, the D-backs get to work. Leadoff double by Geraldo Perdomo, a grounder moves him to third, a walk puts runners on the corners for Josh Bell to drive home Perdomo. 2-1. Jake McCarthy then gets hit by a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Eugenio Suarez ties the game on a sac fly, but bad base running by the D-backs bails him out. But there's no bailing out of the second. After the Dodgers jump back out ahead, now up 5-2, Kershaw throws an 87-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Things are obviously not right. The Dodger bullpen was already up getting loose at this point, and the next pitch, a 67-mile-an-hour curveball looped in that Corbin Carroll smashes for a home run. And before the ball even reached the seats, Dodger manager Dave Roberts and the team trainer were already out heading toward Kershaw on the mound, immediately getting him taken out. He obviously looks uncomfortable, and none of this looks good. His velocity is even lower than usual. He's getting crushed, and it's like the Dodgers were preparing to yank him knowing this would happen. Come to find out, Kershaw was taken out due to left big toe pain, so this, in just different ways, ends up just like the last time Kershaw faced Arizona, except this time it's in Arizona, and he has a bad left big toe now rather than a bad left shoulder. Now, obviously, a big toe injury is better than another shoulder injury or elbow injury or anything of that sort, but it's still, of course, not ideal. You kind of need your toes to pitch. You put pressure on them when you do so. Hopefully, the significance of it isn't bad, at least in the long run. Apparently, he's been dealing with a bone spur in his toe, with Dave Roberts getting ready for a trip to the injured list for Kershaw, going on to say that the game was a huge win, but one that came at a cost, adding that he feels great about the win, but bummed about Clayton. And now you're left with the same feeling from last year. Even if this isn't it and he comes back, Clearly, you cannot rely on Kershaw at all to give you many innings. I love Kershaw, and I hope that changes. I hope he comes out and throws a perfect game next time and dominates the rest of the way and into the postseason. But obviously, that's not realistic. Kershaw was just knocked out early by the Diamondbacks again. They keep getting to him while leaving him with injuries to worry about. Not ideal, but hey, third time's a charm. And if Kershaw does get that third go-around against the D-backs, it will have to come in the postseason again, as this will be the last time the two face off this year in the regular season. But as of now, the D-backs have broken them yet again, hopefully just temporarily. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching.